I can't believe I watched an hour-long video about Tinkerbell having lost media, and now here I am making a video also about the video that I watched, but these things happen. We're all familiar with the Tinkerbell movies and the Tinkerbell franchise. You know, we're all familiar with the movies. Mae Whitman as Tinkerbell, so Katara from Avatar as Tinkerbell, and all the movies we got out of it. We were supposed to get more, but the last movie didn't do so good, so they didn't make 2 more. We got 5 sequels, and they didn't make more. Honestly, so upset. But what if I told you that Mae Whitman was never Tinkerbell? What if I told you Brittany Murphy was Tinkerbell? I know Brittany Murphy from 2 things: 8 Mile and King of the Hill. So the fact that she was in Tinkerbell is crazy. Well, what happened to her version of Tinkerbell? Where's her movie? What's going on here? There was a different version of the 2008 movie? What exactly is up, dog?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
One particular draft, sometimes referred to as Tinkerbell and the Ring of Belief, in certain promotional materials, which received a trailer in various Times stores on the Disney Fairies website, was about human children that believe in fairies being brought to Pixie Hollow, where they would attend fairy school. Attending fairy school was mandatory for fairies, as a fairy had to complete fairy school to be allowed to use pixie dust. As part of John Lasseter's decision to greatly reduce and/or alter Disney's direct-to-video output, he had just become the chief creative director of Walt Disney Animation Studios. He is reported to have seen a work-in-progress screening of the draft. However, he was extremely negative to the original version, deeming it as virtually unwatchable and demanded the plot be heavily rewritten. Like I mentioned before, one of these changes was the voice of Tinkerbell herself. You see, she was going to be voiced by Brittany Murphy, as I mentioned before, but she ended up being voiced by Mae Whitman, but it was unknown. Like, we don't really know why they changed that. I guess John Lasseter didn't like Brittany Murphy voicing Tinkerbell? I personally think she's doing a great job voice acting. I mean, if King of the Hill taught me anything, it taught me that she's a really good voice actor. At an earlier point in late 2006 to early 2007, Ring of Belief was supposed to be the first movie out of 3, the lead-in for a 4-movie series, or a renamed or yet-to-be-renamed first movie out of 3, with the sources on the scheduled movie series contradicting each other on the amount. The second or first movie was tentatively titled The Disney Fairies Trilogy Part 1 of Forbidden World, and that casted Kari Wahlgren as Harmony, a female precocious fairy. Her website makes it ambiguous whether she merely voiced lines in September 2006 or if she thought A Forbidden World would be released during that month, around a year before the earliest previously known planned release date for Ring of Belief. Sure, her statements and tentative details have made it to release, then almost nothing is known about the sequel plans they were planning at the time. Brain Freeze estimated October 2007 on LinkedIn, which would be much far closer to promo advertisements stated times, and a sequel schedule much closer to what The Lost Treasure and Great Fairy Rescue eventually received. Another potential factor was the budget had been by then already reached $30 million, which was a lofty sum for a direct-to-video feature in the mid-2000s. The completed movie's release would later add yet more to the budget, resulting in a total cost of $50 million. With all that in mind, what even was the original plot of the movie? Why did John Lasseter not like what he was given? Well, I'm here to tell you all about it, although, again, there's a video that I watched about it that I will link in the description if you want to watch that instead. Hour long, got more information. That girl went into every single detail about the Disney fairies and the franchise they wanted to make with that and stuff like that. Keep in mind, though, that not everything is known about the original version story. Some bits and pieces have been revealed about the film's plot in various early trailers and articles, and the plot was originally described to be more epic than what was finally released, which I liked the Tinkerbell movie, but when I found out about the original one, I was like, can I have that? It's kind of too late, but like, can I have that? The film revolved around Tinkerbell and her friends living in Pixie Hollow as they all train to become wing maidens who aid in continuing the Ring of Belief that keeps imagination and their world, in turn, alive. But through an unknown chain of events, Tinkerbell ends up breaking the Ring of Belief, which causes all the children in London to lose their sense of wonder and imagination. Now Tinkerbell and her friends must try to fix her mistake before it destroys all of Pixie Hollow. Speculated to be part of the sequel plot after this imagination plotline, a rock concert is held inside the Pixie Dust tree, but the lead up to this is unclear, and an unknown Lost Source article claimed that it was the aftermath of a female fairies versus Sparrowman war, where an unspecified friend of Tink goes to a concert. If the claim was correct, the concert would be exclusive to a Forbidden World development and almost certainly not Ring of Belief. It is very likely that this sequence takes place in the same universe based on the design of the Pixie Dust tree. However, it is unknown how the continuity fits into the plot that involved saving imagination. A notable factor of the original version was that Peter Pan, the Lost Boys, and Captain Hook would have also tied into the plot, though their exact roles are unknown. Which, side note, technically, they kind of kept that with the pirate fairy movie when they introduced Captain Hook. I don't know why he was voiced by Tom Hiddleston. I hate when bad guys are voiced by fine people. Makes me harder to hate them. I'm looking at you specifically, David Bowie. You specifically in Arthur and the Invisibles. Kid me didn't even realize. Kid me was having problems. She was like, wait, why does the bad guy sound cool? But now I'm like, wait, why does the bad guy sound hot? But now we get on to the availability of this lost media. Is it lost, found, partially lost? Well, the answer to that question is partially found. Though I'm sure that seemed obvious to you guys. Anyways, several things survive from this earlier version. As many pieces of concept art, merchandising, promotional material, and even early trailer features various elements from the earlier draft. There were even some flash games of an older version, CA 2006-2011, when it comes to the American version, of the official Disney Fairies website that elaborated further on the draft's plot, with the flash games themselves being considered lost after being delisted in the mid-2010s, besides YouTube playthrough videos, which include, we got two things here. We have Discover Pixie Hollow, which served as a tour of Pixie Hollow. It was found in full on March 12th of this year, but as the game has 3 SWF files that depend on each other, the only currently known way to play the game is to paste the raw file URL into Ruffle or Adobe Flash Player's Project Content Debugger version. There's another game called Hopeful's Quest, which served as a Which Fairy Talent Do You Have questionnaire and placed Fairy Mary in the role of a class teacher at the school. In the release version, she had instead become the leader of the Pots and Pans talent group, which indicates that she could have had such a role in the first draft. This was found in full in 2020 on Flash Museum. Brainfeast Entertainment, who made storyboards for the film, has one of the sequences from the original cut, and it can be found on their website. In January of 2020, the Walt Disney Animation Studios artist Barry Atkinson uploaded additional storyboard drawings with no commentary on ArtStation. It is unclear how many of them that were used in the movie's draft development. They may not have been for a button just fell off my chair. Anyways, they may have been for other Tinkerbell projects as well, but the page doesn't really reference Switch, so. A performance video from June of 2011 was uploaded by Laurent JC on Vimeo, and it was discovered for the first known time in early November of last year, and it was eventually showcased by Never Fairy on Tumblr, who also found and uploaded GIFs that were not part of the video, as well as an additional video with other parts of the same scene. The videos and GIFs involved a rock band performing a gig show. These videos are said to be related to the trilogy. And we also have long animated storyboards that were found on the 18th of January of this year and were posted on the Lost Media Wiki forum, while on a Tumblr thread, I can't speak, Tumblr thread on March 11th of this year, and it goes into details on many of the movie's project directors, their resumes, and various plotlines. But other than all of these, the original draft of the film has never been seen in its entirety, which is wild. We have so many footage of certain things. We have the trailer from the original version. We have an animatic first scene in the original version drawn by Jane Wu. We have early animation tests of Rosetta. We got a teaser trailer for the film. We have one that's unavailable. Oh, it's a teaser trailer, but that's unavailable. We have a compilation of all the available footage that I think I've been using in this video. Hopefully I have. We also got the official movie trailer. We got the game and the Discover Pixie Hollow game footage. Both of those footages. We have the Vimeo video, we have the other Vimeo video, and we also got a bunch of other stuff. And on top of that, we have the original concept art for what the girls look like. You may notice that Vidya isn't there. I didn't even realize this when I was watching the video, that Vidya was never even in this movie, like the original movie to begin with. I was like, huh, you know, this girl didn't mention Vidya once, and I was like, oh wait, cause she's not in this. But that's really all I can say about this. This is the most fascinating piece of lost media I've covered so far on this channel. I feel like, you know, I'm gonna fall too deep into this lost media rabbit hole. And you know what? So be it, because I have like so much lost media to cover on this channel. And so far we have had some lost media we found this year. Hopefully by the end of the year we will have a longer list. I think Blame It on Jorge will make a new video soon. But yeah, this is so fascinating. As I was about to finish this video, the thing that holds my camera literally broke. Oh my god, rest in peace. The piece is literally right there on the floor. Oh my god. I found a way to balance the camera. Now hopefully it doesn't fall. I'll see you on the next video, which is more Tinkerbell. I'm talking like this so it doesn't somehow fall. Bye.